So, tonight I want to talk a little bit about intuition. And as you can see, I am taking a break from being on camera. But I think it's very important to talk about intuition, what it is not, and how to trust it and how to follow it. I've said this many times before, but I think it bears repeating. Intuition is non emotional in nature, it is a gut instinct, it is an inner knowing. It typically doesn't come with a lot of explanation. It's simply clear information or directive. And what I find is if you feel stumped about intuition, like how to follow it, how to sense it, to recognize it, you usually have to go back to a time in your life where you trusted yourself. For a lot of people, this means going back to childhood. And for some people, this means going back even to when you were a child and possibly you were nonverbal or you had just started to speak. Because unfortunately, for some of us, the things that we've gone through at a very young age have negatively affected our confidence and our ability to speak up. And in fact, if we were to follow our intuition, if we were to speak up, if we were to name what we saw, we would get punished. So you have to go back, way, way back, before you lost your innocence or before your innocence was taken from you, before your confidence was taken away. And just think back in childhood to times where you just knew something. For example, maybe you had a talent or a gift or an ability. Maybe you had an interest. Maybe it was dance or science or mathematics or a contest. And you just knew you needed to enter it. You just knew. And you couldn't explain how, you couldn't explain why. And maybe you couldn't even explain what's going to happen next. But there was a gut instinct that let you know, I have to do this, I have to pursue this. That sensation is what intuition feels like. And in your adulthood, when you are trying to make a decision, you have to go back to that sensation. You have to touch, you have to experience that sensation as you're making your choices. A lot of times, what happens as adults is we will get the intuitive hit that I just talked about, but then our mind will try to argue it. Or we will get the intuitive hit to follow something, and then we will get scared. We will get fearful. And then we'll weigh it back and forth and then eventually back away. And if you continue to do that, what happens is your intuition, it doesn't change in terms of what it's guiding you to do, but it's harder for you to follow it because your confidence is not there. The more you follow it, the stronger it will get. The more you follow it, the louder it will get. And the more you follow it, the more confident you will become. But you have to understand intuition is not a psychic ability. So it's different from clairvoyance or clairsentience or clairaudience, where a lot of times with psychic abilities, there tends to be some explanation, some seeing of the future, some, if you make this choice, this will happen, and these sequence of events will follow, and this is why you have to go in this direction. Intuition rarely works like that. It is simply information. It's almost like a little breadcrumb that you have to pick up and follow and pick up and follow. But I'm telling you, if you follow and trust your intuition, other abilities will come as well. But if you shut down your intuition, it's going to be very difficult even to discern and open up to your psychic abilities. So I hope that that made sense. I'll be coming back with some more videos. Type it in the comments. Do you have any questions about intuition and how it works? Have you followed your intuition and had wonderful things happen? Type that in the comments. Let's get a conversation going about this. And for readings and more, you can find me at nicolebowman.biz. Always remember to live your light, live your bliss, love yourself, and follow and trust your intuition. Ashe.